Live from Bethesda, Maryland, where the winters are hard and the cookies are soft. This is the Robert Dyer Channel Christmas Countdown 2021. And now, here's the man in the car behind you at the drive-through lights display, Robert Dyer. Hi everybody, Robert Dyer, and welcome to the Robert Dyer Channel Christmas Countdown, where today I have a product that is synonymous with Christmas, but in a new form. Everyone knows that Coca-Cola is one of the official drinks of Christmas, but here is a new limited edition Coca-Cola Tic Tac. Now, if you watch the channel, you know I've always been a big fan of Tic Tac candy and a big fan of Coke, but now both are in one product here. Let's take a closer look at the packaging here. You can see that it somewhat is made to resemble a Coca-Cola vending machine. And here in very tiny print it says limited edition, but most importantly it says made with Coca-Cola. So they're saying there's actual Coca-Cola in this candy. And then there's a see-through window here and a see-through bottom also. You can see that each candy has a Coca-Cola logo printed on it, which is a nice touch. And here on the back you have the Tic Tac logo, the Coke logo. You've got the little perforated lines here to show you where to open it. Nutrition facts, and they all say 0. Practically have to have, I think you really have to have a magnifying glass. And you see right here in the ingredients, on the first line at the end, it says Coca-Cola drink. Water, sugar, caramel, color, phosphoric acid, natural flavors. So they're saying Coca-Cola drink is the fourth ingredient, sugar being the first. And made in Canada. Not sure why we couldn't make this here in the United States. I think I found the tab, but it's not exactly functioning the way it should. Here we have, there we go. Pop this open. I can't say that I smell any aroma. Completely odorless. So let's try to pour some of these out here. I think I'm going to have to take more than one at a time because they're so small. I want to get the full flavor. Still no aroma. Let's go ahead and see how it tastes. Well, I have to say that first taste was a bit underwhelming. There is a hint of the Coca-Cola syrup flavor. Sort of tastes like Coke out of a can to me compared to a bottle, but it's definitely not the strong cola taste that I would have expected, especially considering that I had several at once. Let's try to take, these are like pills for God's sake. What is this? 6 now. I'm going to try to put in my mouth at once. I feel like I'm on a street corner in Portsmouth, Ohio. Bob, I'm down here in your basement playing great ice hockey on your Sega Master System. The roar of the electronic crowd, the jaunty background music, and the thrill of the score reminded me that I just returned from a secret mission in Toronto, posing as a hockey player for the Toronto Bay Leaves. I met with Robert Dyer cult member Billy Stemavlitsky, who wears the number 27 for the Bay Leaves, but is secretly a Quebecois separatist. Meeting at Champs Sports in the Dufferin Mall, we made the transfer of a cutting-edge technology from a cult affiliate in Budapest behind a cardboard cutout of Gordie Howe. Next, we had lunch at the Swiss Chalet in the food court, where I ordered a hot Alberta beef sandwich with salami, lettuce, tomatoes, onions, and mustard. Through the glass ceiling of the food court, I recognized a familiar figure descending on a magic carpet. "Bonjour, Bob," Justin Trudeau said as his carpet slowly landed by the counter of Manchu Wok. Approaching our table, he said, "I'd like to thank the voters of Canada for recognizing I'm a better genie than Will Smith and re-electing me. Now I can more freely move about on my magic carpet and don't have to hide who I really am, like Governor Ralph Northam, Jimmy Kimmel, and Jimmy Fallon. By the way, you tell Governor Northam there's always plenty of room for him to moonwalk at my press conferences." "How's Joey Biden?" he said. "I'll bet you've never seen him do this," he said, as a small adding machine printer on his belt suddenly spit out a fresh check for 2,000 Canadian dollars. "Why don't you and Billy do a little shopping while you're here?" he said, handing me the check like a true Chad. Suddenly a Christmas bell rang out somewhere in the mall. "You hear that, fellas?" Trudeau asked. "They say every time a bell rings, 10,000 American jobs move to Canada. Who's your daddy?"
Who's your daddy?
Well, I hadn't thought about it before this, but I think that Coca-Cola would actually make a great candy. Unfortunately, this one is not it, because it doesn't deliver what you would imagine, which is, when you think about a Jolly Rancher or something like that, or even a regular Tic Tac, it's whatever flavor it says on the package, and then it just melts in your mouth over time. And I think very few people would not like to have a hard candy that tasted like Coca-Cola that would melt in your mouth. But this has such a minimal flavor to it. It's just enough that you can recognize Coca-Cola, but I have my doubts that if somebody gave this to me and it was a blank box, that I would necessarily be able to guess it was Coca-Cola. It's just that if you're thinking in your mind about it, then you'll say, well, okay, I recognize a little bit of a hint there of Coca-Cola, but you're not getting the full flavor experience that you should be. I certainly think it was a positive that they actually put the drink into the recipe, and the packaging is nice with the color and the vending machine sort of presentation, and particularly adding the logo onto each candy. I mean, personally, I would like the taste of Coca-Cola over a fruit or a mint candy, but this just not only wasn't strong enough, but it didn't have that powerful sweetness that the sugary Coca-Cola has from high fructose corn syrup, and you're not getting the zing of the fizz of it. a lot of the experience of Coca-Cola is missing here. And when I think about the technology of a Pop Rocks or popping candy, I think maybe there is a ultimate Coca-Cola candy out there waiting to be made if somebody smart puts it together. So I would say that if you are a Coca-Cola fanatic like me, you'll probably want to try this just so that you can say you did. If you're not that pumped up about Coca-Cola, I would pass on this, or you just want a cola flavored candy, I think pass on this unless you don't mind it just being a very mild flavor, because it's not going to be a cola flavor gushing in your mouth out of this one. So I would say for the packaging and putting the actual drink into the candy, this is going to, I don't know, I'm so grumpy about the lack of the strength of the flavor that I'm going to have to give this 2 stars out of 5. I'm tempted to give it 3 stars because of the Christmas spirit and some of the positive things I mentioned about it, but I think because of my disappointment, I'm going to have to say 2 stars out of 5. It's a decent candy. It's certainly not offensive tasting, but it's just not as strong and sweet as you would expect from a Coca-Cola candy. So I hope you liked this video. Share it with your friends. Please subscribe, and I'll see you next time tomorrow on this Christmas countdown. Bye everybody.